Welcome back to another installment of Forza Motorsport 4 King of the Mountain. It's been a hot minute, to be honest. I really do apologise for that. I've been meaning to get back onto this game. Today, I'm going to be sending one of my favourite supercars of all time, and probably my favourite Lamborghini, the Gallardo. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've already sent up the Gallardo, haven't I? Not entirely true. I have sent up the Gallardo Superleggera, which was actually had to be rear-wheel drive converted. It's somewhere here. I sent this up, and I don't think this actually did too terribly, to be honest. I know it was one of the earlier ones, so that kind of, you know, put a little bit of false sense into how good / bad the car actually was. But I don't think it was all that bad. But like I said, that was a rear-wheel drive car. This is going to have to remain four-wheel drive. Here we go. The Superleggera was a 439.710. So at the minute it was... I don't think I've updated this properly. No, I haven't. I think it's about 20th at the minute. Which, to be honest, out of 29, okay, is lower end, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But after that, we're going to see how the normal Gallardo does this time. So race tyres puts us up to 660. We get some 255s at the front, 315s at the back. That is not what I was hoping for. I was hoping for nice big tyres all around. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Do we want to turbocharge it? I don't really want to. Question is then, do I want to supercharge it? Or do I want to put a centrifugal in? I mean, oh, this is an interesting debacle. I know centrifugal is going to be worse at the lower RPM, and then obviously it gets better at the higher one. The supercharger is pretty much better at low and then tailors off. I mean, what's it? I get... It's a good amount of torque. That's 30... Okay, essentially 30 foot-pounds of torque. And I lose 3 horsepower. But I get 7 PI to play with. And that's... I'm going to go centrifugal. Because 7 PI is actually quite a healthy chunk of PI to mess around with. So I'm going to put on, of course, all of the handling parts. Crap. Oh, okay, this is an interesting situation I found myself in. See, this is actually where I think the centrifugals helped. I'm gonna have to go sport weight reduction. I think I need to keep applying the whole simplify and add lightness to all of the situations. No, not quite. No. Okay, so this is... oh dear. This is oh god, this is tough. This is a really tough one to build. Because I can't put in any power. Obviously I've got the centrifugal. How much power, how much PI, it's... Oh, interesting. I only lose horsepower, I don't lose torque. And that's a lot of weight to lose. Balls to it. Right, okay, back to naturally aspirated. What I will do though, is I will sell that, get a little bit of getting out back. What? I spent money, whatever. Right, okay, now, what have we got? We can put on the exhaust, I'm going to do that. Or, do I want to try, hang on, if I do this, can I? Ooh, I can. Okay, so that's 3225, 3220, 514. Okay, this is interesting. How much torque? Is that less torque? No, it's more torque. Okay, so I'll get more torque, more power. But I can shave off probably more weight with the exhaust. Let me have a look, because that's 9.7. I'm already lighter, and I can take off a lot more weight that way. I think I'm going to be better off going for lightness rather than that little bit more power. So now what I've got to try and do is find some rims light. See, look at that, £22. Alright, okay, those rims are hideous. Oh, they're actually quite nice. Okay, remember Brabus. Okay, £22, 25 I can get away with, 28's too much. £25 is the limit. That will do, they're awful. Right, that is this car built. 514 horsepower, 387 foot-pounds of torque. I do think I made the right call going for the exhaust, get more weight out of it, because now the car weighs under £3,200, so we're a good amount under 1.5 tonne. £3,176. Okay, so it's not the lightest four-wheel drive car, nor is it the most powerful. I think the power to weight ratio is going to be pretty average. Well, benchmark, let's have a look. 3.5. Okay, 8 seconds. Lateral G's though is interesting. That's that's a good amount of handling. An interesting one. I don't think the acceleration is going to be great compared to a lot of four-wheel drive cars. I really don't think that. This should be faster than the Superleggera that's down in rear-wheel drive class. I think it was about 20th. I need to update my leaderboard. It's been a while. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to send up Fujimi Kaido. So let's do that now. Okay, here we are at the base of Fujimi Kaido, going to have 3 attempts to get up the mountain as fast as possible. The current leader is the Evo 6 with the 4:29.283. I don't think this is going to get anywhere close to that. I've no idea though where, because I think handling, basing it off the benchmark, which usually is not good, it should be fine around the corners. Acceleration I think is going to be a little bit low. The braking seemed fine. I think sort of bottom of the middle. I think top 20 is possible for the Gallardo. I'm going to go with top 20. So the car in 20th place, it should be, I think, actually the benchmark Audi Quattro of the 436.9. That's where I'm going to aim for so far. I'm going to have to turn my headset up a little bit. I can't hear the car. There we go. Right. Come on, Gallardo. Let's see. Launch actually wasn't awful. Did bog down a little bit. First gear is going to be a bit long. That might actually, to be honest, prove to be handy. Yeah, these gears are quite long, but that's fine. That makes me more happy for the fact I did not go for the for a turbocharger, and possibly even a centrifugal as well. I think a regular supercharger would have proved a bit more handy with this. Acceleration, what we say, 93 miles an hour over the red crest there. Yeah, that's pretty damn bad. That's really damn low, considering, like, you know, a lot of the cars are getting about 98, 100 plus miles, well, roughly 98 to 100 miles an hour. Admittedly, you know, four-wheel drive cars, they're nowhere near as fast accelerating as the rear-wheel drive cars, I will admit that. You know, they just have all the cornering stability and able to get out the corners. But, you know, it's not fantastic acceleration. What is nice, though, is the turning. It is spot on with this Gallardo. The front end really does swing into the corners. The back end, you know, obviously we're not going ridiculously fast, but the 255s at the front is actually providing some very nice grip for the Gallardo. Let's see, how are we dealing with here? As expected. Well, actually, to be honest, still not terrible. My braking there was a bit. I broke way too late for that. Come on, though. Doing fine, though, into the 4 hairpins. I'm looking behind for absolutely no reason. I don't know why. I need to stop doing that. I've been playing a bit too much Burnout Revenge recently, a little bit. You know, just constantly spamming look behind, see what the viz. That's all I've been doing in a lot of games. I've been playing the Crew Motorfest as well. Really enjoying that game, actually. I'll be doing a review on that at some point soon. Or if that video comes out before this, then I've done a review on the Crew Motorfest. What was that? I was about... Yeah, acceleration's quite low in this, but the stability is bloody lovely. Really, really is. And we're doing, I think, over the river chicane there, I think I saw about 117. So it's about... I think it's about average, to be honest, but I think we're approaching it at about 113, so it's easy flat. with this, just from the low acceleration, but the phenomenal turning. There are so few four-wheel drive cars that really get into the corners as well as this, which is fantastic news. I might be able to offset some, probably not all. Whoops. Alright, okay, that was my mistake there. I'll probably be able to offset some of the time lost with being able to maybe tackle these corners with higher speed than a lot of the four-wheel drive cars. Possibly, because that's the main thing really with this. What makes the cars fast at Fujimi Kaido is having good acceleration and good mechanical grip. You know, because aerial grip's not really going to do much, because the highest speed we really get to is about 130 miles an hour, but a lot of these corners are sub 80 miles an hour. So, you know, that's not really going to help out a lot of cars. But I have to say, this Gallardo is spot on in terms of driving. No dramas there over the fast chicane section where I'm struggling to speak, where so many cars get pit sideways from the little crest. Now up the reservoir straight, let's see what speed we're getting to. This is not fast. 110, come on, get a little bit higher. 123 miles an hour. That is very slow. I'm pretty sure that is the slowest of any car. Whoops. Alright, okay, I tried to be a bit too ambitious for that corner there. I had a fair bit of understeer. Okay, I think it's going to be close. I might possibly be able to get to the top 20. But this acceleration is pitiful. Good Christ. It's really bad. Right, okay, so there was a few incidences there though. And we are at 437.449. So we have beaten the Veloster, which was... that was really bad, the rally car there. I think that struggled with... I think that was pretty bad grip and higher end acceleration was not good, but... wow. 123 in the Gallardo. How the heck... Right, okay, well we don't have much time to try and find to beat the Audi Quattro. But... whoops. I think the turning's actually so good. That's the thing, the turning's actually so good in this car. I'm trying to counteract understeer. That doesn't exist. I'm pinging off all the walls now. That is terrible driving off me. I don't know if I'm losing too much time. I don't know if I've lost a ridiculous amount of time. Again, 93 miles an hour. Oh yeah, this is... really, that's all the time's coming from, is just the cornering capability. That I'm able to be that little bit... I'm able to just hit more of these apexes than I can in a lot of four-wheel drive cars without having to be braking earlier and getting on the power a lot later. I am able to be pretty damn good with the power delivery with this. I can be pretty early with it and hang on. Spec. Just unbelievably good. Which is good news. Okay, that corner did not prove my point in the slightest. God damn it. There we go, nicely through there. It's lovely. That's what this Lamborghini is. It is lovely to drive. Balanced. You know, oops. Not too much understeer. Actually, I like the brakes there, but may have helped a little bit. Not really, but it could be a hell of a lot worse. Yeah, it's a very tall order ahead to try and claw so much time back when one of the massive factors which makes a car fast or not up this track is acceleration, and that is the thing that they struggles with. Yeah, look at that, 113/14 there, 127. It's not good enough. So my sort of prediction of bottom mid might actually be correct with this. This might be one of the cars I predict correctly. I may have predicted the F50 correctly, but I wasn't predicting how fast it was going to be. That car was amazing, by the way. But yeah, with this Lamborghini, I think it's too tough to try and get some of the fastest times in this series when one of the imperative stats to have very high is acceleration, which is the one perk this car does not have. You know, it's got the grip, it's got the turning, it's phenomenal, but the acceleration is not there to back that up, which is just not good enough. So I think when it comes down to it, I think acceleration overall is the most important thing for the four-wheel drive cars, especially, you know, because a lot of them, you know, they're going to be more understeery, they're going to have a bit more stability than the rear-wheel drive cars, so that doesn't really matter too much, the pure out-and-out grip. Really what matters, I think, is the overall acceleration more, especially for the four-wheel drive class. And then point 2 is then the grip overall. Whereas rear-wheel drive cars, I'd probably argue more that grip has a bigger factor than out-and-out acceleration, because it's all fine and dandy having a rear-wheel drive car that's got a lot of acceleration, but if it can't get the power down because it's got a lack of grip, then, you know, it's all just kind of being wasted anyways. But that's enough of the analysis of the series. Let's see what we are able to do now with this Gallardo. Just a few corners remain. This run has been better, a bit scruffy in places, but it has been better. Final corner, easy flat out. There we go. Lovely stuff. Look at that though, that was 2 seconds faster, which has put it up nicely. It's beaten the Porsche Turbo, so a 435.450, that's a 6 me, it's almost a second faster than the Porsche 997 Turbo. Can we find more time? So it's a little bit behind the Saab at the minute, the 9.3, which was a four-wheel drive converted car. Let's see. Can we find that little bit more time? Can we get this into a 4:34, which would actually be a pretty damn good time? That would be sort of pretty much bang on in the middle, near enough. So I may have not given this car enough credit. Oh, I'm definitely not going to be doing it like that. Good heavens of Christ. That was a huge amount of understeer through the first chicane there. That was not good in the slightest. That's going to cost some time massively. Use that turning grip. A little bit of oversteer. Not like it matters though. Really doesn't matter with this Gallardo. All I wish for is just a little bit better acceleration, and I think this would almost be the perfect car, to be honest. Yeah, sure, probably not the fastest, you know, compared to the Evo 6 of the 22B, the 155, but it certainly would be one of the best ones, you know, to drive, because it's remarkably good. It can hold on so goddamn well. It really can. But, you know, need to get the proper seriousness on now. This is the final run. Got to try and eke out every second, every millisecond that the Gallardo can offer. That was much better actually, up towards the 4 hairpins there. That felt really fast through that sector. Just a little bit, you know, lifting off the throttle a little bit, make sure I don't get that on power understeer, and it glides through the corner. It feels more like a rear-wheel drive car with how much turning it's got. It must have some pretty good weight distribution, or something, for it to turn this well. Let's see. Yep, just lift off a little bit. We're fine. Easy flat, about 114. So we're getting a little bit more progress. 127 again though. We can hang it so much to the inside. It is just, it holds on to the apex like nothing else. Honestly. I can't compliment this Gallardo enough. I can't get annoyed at it enough for the fact that I just wish it was just that little bit faster where I need it to be. But you know, this has been a great car to drive. Really has been. I've complimented it enough. Come on, we need to get ourselves more serious. Over that crest there again, it just holds the road. So many cars there would just understeer wide or have a big oversteer moment, even through that left-hander there. I mean, yeah, sure, you know, I could feel, you could hear the tyres starting to lose grip a little bit, but there was still so much there. Like, even with the slight grip loss, we were still able to make it borderline flat out. We've got a couple more, we've got this section here, nearly 3/4 of the way there. How's the time looking? I think it's still going to be a pretty decent run, except for the mistake at the start definitely is going to cost it a little bit, but then I think there's definitely been some sections where I have definitely gained time. A tiny hint of oversteer there, and it's so easily correctable with this, just a tiny bit, a little bit of opposite lock, and the Gallardo immediately points itself back in a straight line and behaves. This is so good. Right, okay, come on, look. Can we go a little bit faster than 123? No, I went 122. I missed my braking point as well. Okay, I definitely shifted at the wrong time then. I may have been shifting wrong. Possibly. That could be a potential issue. But, you know, is what it is. It just threw itself into the corner. The little bump there sort of helping us along, getting a little bit of oversteer, but it's nothing to panic with this Gallardo. Final corner flat. It was slower. Yeah, there was just too many mistakes early on. Really too many mistakes, and yeah, me missing my braking point there really doesn't help. But I'm not going to say it was a bad run. It wasn't. Let's see where it's placed itself on the leaderboard. So, the Mark 1 Gallardo saunters its way into a 17th place, being just a tenth and a bit slower than the Saab 9-3 despite its superior handling. Yeah, it's... I don't really know where I want to place this Lamborghini, whether in the massive disappointment bin or the very good, or just the fantastic throne, if you will. Just because it was painful, but it was fantastic at the same time. So it's a complication of emotions is how I feel about this car. It really was. I mean, it's a shame it couldn't go better, but a 35 is nothing to really be too harsh about. Interestingly though, when we compare it to the Gallardo Superleggera, the one that had to be rear-wheel drive converted, the regular Gallardo did go 4 seconds faster, 4.3 seconds, roughly. So, you know, that is a big jump between the two. And from memory, I don't think that Gallardo, the Superleggera, I don't think that was bad either. I've found myself, I think, enjoying that car. But, yeah, it's just the strength of four-wheel drive, really. And, you know, this was another case of it drove fantastic. So, you know, there was that. But, there we go. The Evo 6 still remains at the top of the leaderboard. I'm going to have to call it there for a video, though. Do hope you enjoyed. Any and all feedback is appreciated. If you want to suggest a car for this series, there are two methods. You can either join my Discord with a link in the description, or you can just put it in the YouTube comments and I'll get round to it. However, that's it from me. Take care, and ciao for now.